I sat at my desk, revising the many topics for next week's SA2 examination. My eyes were tired. Look at trees, automatically rang in my mind. I knew that I had to go and look at something green, but there was simply no time. How was I supposed to look at trees with a major examination coming up the next week? However, I gave in to the persistent voice and I hopped to the nearest window. I grabbed the bars and scanned the area for something green to look at. Thankfully, there were many trees in the area, so I didn't have to strain my eyes. Suddenly, a question popped in my mind. Why are there so many trees everywhere? Now that I thought about it, the highways were decorated with trees. Trees were planted along roadsides, road dividers, at HD blocks, near schools, just about everywhere. I hopped out of my room and headed for my phone to search for the answer. It turns out, when Singapore's government embarked on nation building, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew was intent on transforming Singapore into a garden city. He then launched the first tree planting campaign. The annual tree planting day was launched. It also became a standard to set aside land for trees to be planted along roadsides and housing estates. Hard and sturdy trees were planted. What's that nice smell? It turned out that was the work of the fragrant flowers growing on the trees. So now, thank you, forefathers. Now we have a beautiful landscape to admire and look at. We should be thankful for what we have. Thank you.
Video.
That day, I was walking back from work. I passed by a tree, and the tree had a poster on it. It was a picture of Mr. Lee Kuan Yew on it at a rally. I met another of my friends holding a camera, and we were discussing about it. Suddenly, from my back, I heard a noise. It was two children fighting with each other. Then another man came and intervened. I didn't know what was going on, so I didn't care. I continued looking at the tree, and I remembered that I had attended his rally a few years ago, and he had promised to make Singapore into a metropolitan city. And we cheered at the thought because our kampung was still undeveloped and very in bad condition. Thank you.
Okay, you will have to come up with a creative story based on what you see and observe. You will be observing a character, okay? A note behind you. Oh, okay. Got it? Okay, look at the character.
Once, there was a man wearing a black coat. He sat on the village floor and he had a plank with holes in front of him. Every day he picked the things in the bowl and transferred it to each of the holes. People, when they when people passed by, he would try to sell them this of the materials inside the holes, saying that they were unique and divine, and they had special powers. But one day, a person, when he walked past, he wanted to buy, so he bought a few of those. The man had convinced him it would have medical qualities, and so he went home to try it out on his sick mother. When he tried it out, he found that it was just a dart, and it had only made his mother's condition worse. He was furious at the man and wanted revenge. So the next day, when he went there, he prepared the whole pot of boiling water. When he walked past, he splashed it at his face. This is the end of the story. Thank you.